Hi, welcome to the Art of Shame-Free Living podcast. Today we're going to talk about surrender. When I was at the meditation retreat that I went to, there's 3 pillars of meditation: concentration, clarity, and equanimity. Equanimity isn't a word that we hear a lot, and the way that we were taught the explanation of it was pass through, the ability of things to pass through us. And I immediately thought of emotions, of feelings. I talk a lot about feelings on the podcast, and the more easily we're able to open up to it, surrender to the feeling, the more it passes through us. It's like our ability to allow it fully is the thing that allows it to pass through fully through us. There's a story that he shared that was really interesting, and it was like a story that goes somewhat like this. There's a student that went to a monk and he's trying to learn, and he just said, "I'm having a really hard time. I'm feeling terrible. I'm just in the depths of despair." And the monk teacher said to him, "Just wait a week. He said, just wait some time. You'll feel better." And so a week passes and he comes back and he said, "You're right. I feel so much better. I just feel so good. I feel on top of the world." And the teacher said, "Just wait a little bit. Like, you'll feel worse." And I love that story because in that story, it's not one is better than the other. We think when we're feeling a negative feeling that like it's really bad, and then we hold onto it really tightly and we try to get rid of it with force. And that is the opposite of energy of how it releases, but also it gives our brain this idea that one is better than the other, that we shouldn't be feeling one way or the other. And we should be feeling a certain way and not be feeling another way. So when I think about equanimity and I think about pass through, it's the ability of us to actually hold it, to allow it to be present, that allows it to more easily release. I'm going to share a poem with you. You might have already heard it. I've heard different renditions of this poem. It's from Rumi, and this one is the Pocket Rumi, edited by Kabir Helminski. It's called The Guest House. "Darling, the body is a guest house. Every morning someone new arrives. Don't say, 'Oh, another weight around my neck,' or your guest will fly back to nothingness. Whatever enters your heart is a guest from the invisible world. Entertain it well. Every day and every moment a thought comes like an honored guest into your heart. My soul, regard each thought as a person, for every person's true value is in the quality of thought they hold. If a sorrowful thought stands in the way, it is also preparing the way for joy. It furiously sweeps your house clean in order that some new joy may appear from the source. It scatters the withered leaves from the bough of the heart in order that fresh green leaves might grow. It uproots the old joy so that a new joy may enter from beyond. Sorrow pulls up the rotten root that was hidden from sight. Whatever sorrow takes away or causes the heart to sacrifice, it puts something better in its place, especially for one who is certain that sorrow is the servant of the intuitive. Without the frown of clouds and lightning, the vines we burned by the smiling sun, both good and bad luck, become guests in your heart. Like planets traveling from sign to sign, when something transits your sign, adapt yourself and be as harmonious as its ruling sign, so that when it rejoins to the moon, it will speak kindly to the Lord of the heart. Whenever sorrows come again, meet it with smiles and laughter, saying, 'Oh, my Creator, save me from its harm, and do not deprive me of its good. Lord, remind me to be thankful. Let me feel no regret if its benefit passes away, and if the pearl is not in sorrow's hand, let it go and still be pleased. Increase your sweet practice. Your practice will benefit you at another time. Someday your need will suddenly be fulfilled." Okay, so this is much longer. If you look up the guest house online, I haven't seen one that's that long. But the idea is this sweeping through. The emotions come in this sweeping way. And if we resist it, if we hold our fists at the door and we're like, "We are not going to let you in," it actually builds. It's worse for us over time. It builds and it grows and it pops up in extraordinary ways that we don't even recognize are connected to that feeling. But if we can notice there is a guest at this door and I'm going to open it wide as I possibly can, allow as much of it to come in, it will then pass through. So what I want to leave you with is a little subconscious practice. I did this with a client of mine and it was really effective. So we're going to try it. It's a little subconscious practice on surrender, and we're going to do it together. So if you remember a few weeks ago, I shared several subconscious practices that we can do, kind of meditative processes that we can do to move through emotion. And so this one is specific to surrender, to surrendering to the feelings, to surrender to that pass through. So we're going to settle into our body and our breath, and we're not going to manipulate or change the breath coming in or out. We're just going to notice the feeling of it in our nose and the feeling of it on the exhale. And notice if it lifts our chest or our torso. Notice how it feels in our nostrils. And as it goes in and as it goes out, just notice how your body feels. Settle into your body. Settle in to your breath. Breathing in, breathing out, settling into the body. I invite you to think of something that you have resistance towards. It can be anything. It can be an emotion, an experience. It can be something that you really, really, really want, and you can tell that you're holding on so tightly to it. It can be something you really, really, really don't want, and you're pushing it so far away. Notice that these both feel the same, two sides, the same feeling. It can be imagining the worst case scenario, imagining something go wrong, something that you feel so resistant to, wanting to hold it so tight that it doesn't go wrong. Imagine it going wrong. Let your heart visualize that. Letting as much feeling as you can in today that you feel like you can handle, being aware of how much you can tolerate today, but within that window of tolerance, inviting as much of the feeling that can come in when you think of that thing, the feeling connected to that resistance, the feeling connected to the thing you want so badly. You'll find that feeling somewhere in your body. It will feel physical somehow. Your head, your throat, your chest, your stomach, your legs, maybe the whole body. As you allow that feeling in, I invite you to allow as much as you can in, like you're opening up the door, allowing as much as you can reasonably, safely allow yourself to feel today. Let it build. Let it grow. It can be even bigger than your system. Letting more and more and more of it in, surrendering more to the feelings within. Imagining that you are diving deep into the feeling like you're diving deep into the ocean or a dark chasm. Allowing yourself to dive as deeply as you can into that feeling, allowing more of it to be within your system. As you allow it all in, as you surrender to that feeling, notice that it might build or grow or move or shift or morph, and just let it be and sit with the being of that. Sit with it in stillness, knowing that stillness is healing. Eventually, you'll find that you reach the bottom. You reach the depth, you reach the muchness of the feeling, you allow it all in. And pause there. A word or an image, a thought or a memory might come to mind. Let it do so if it wants to, and if it doesn't, it's not necessary today. I invite you to notice this heavy feeling. That the heaviness is really coming because we are putting ourself in the thing we want or don't want. We are putting us, our worth, our value, our selfness outside of ourself. So I invite you to imagine taking a giant pair of scissors, a huge pair of scissors, and bringing it in, cutting the cord between us and this external thing. A huge cord, and we snap it, we cut it. It starts to disintegrate, to move upward, to float away as we become separate from this thing that we want or don't want. We notice a release, an easing, more space being created within and around us. Let that space continue, let it build. Notice how light and airy yet grounded it feels. Like a tree rooted into the ground, but the branches floating back and forth. And as you feel this way, I invite you to also open up your heart. Imagine your heart opening, and imagine someone that you deeply love can be in the form of an animal, of nature, of a person alive now, a person past. They enter your heart, you welcome them in, and you love them so much, and you watch them. You see that love, you feel that love so viscerally that you have for them. And then, as if you are turning the telescope 180 degrees around, you are now viewing yourself from their perspective, loving you, and that love is entering your heart. You are feeling the muchness of the love as it spreads through the body and enters that space that was created. As now you surrender to the feeling of love, abundance, light, energy, flow, whatever is coming in, remembering the principle of equanimity. No feeling is better than another. You can allow whatever is here now to be present for you. Sit and feel this feeling for as long as you'd like. And whenever you feel complete, you can focus back on that breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, taking your time to get there. Always remembering that silence itself is healing. If all you do is sit with yourself in silence, you will feel what I mean. Take your time with this. Thanks for being here today. Share this with someone who might need it. We'll see you next week.